Hi again, this is Doug Williams with Viva Las Vegas Autos, bringing you another absolutely fantastic, incredible car. This is a 1960 Austin Healey Sprite. This is better known as the Frogeye over in Europe usually, or in America it was known as the Bugeye, Bugeye Sprite. And great stories behind these cars. Everybody seems to remember them because of that cute little face on the front end of that thing. But more importantly, what was really cool about this particular car for me is back in I think it's 1979, the very first car I ever bought with $1,000 out of my pocket was a 1959 Bugeye Sprite. So it turned out pretty cool. And I have fond memories of mine because it lasted me a week because it had the original 948cc motor in it. My dad told me I shouldn't buy it because it was a junk English car. And a week later I blew up the motor. So I thought I'd tear it down and dismantle the car and rebuild it into a hot rod with a 1275 motor in it. And that never happened, so my dad told me to get it out of the garage. But good thing about it though is when I was told to get it out of the garage, he told me I was going to lose my $1,000. Nope. It was a cool car even back in 1979. So I got completely torn apart and down, not driving, blown engine. I got my money back, $1,000. Sold it to a guy out of San Francisco. So I have really fond memories about these cars, not just because they're cute, but just because this thing is just cool as heck as it goes. This particular one has had a lot of modifications. This thing was restored between 2006 and actually a lot of things were done to this car over the last few years. Got over $16,000 in receipts, not counting the car. And they did a lot of nice things to it. They did a front brake, disc brake conversion on it with the Yankee wheels, Yankee style wheels on there. We still have the original wheels, and they're powder coated, brand new powder coated with center caps and stuff like that. But this car's had its full suspension redone, the engine rebuilt, modified 1275 in it, headers, or the header, and new top on it. I mean, it's just everything about the car is superb. Most importantly, though, is the body and metal on this thing is all original. It has not been a rusted car. The floors are gorgeous on it. The sheet metal on this car is excellent condition. And she's never had dents or damage or things like that had to be repaired. Just minor dings and things like that the car had over the years. But this car runs and drives fantastic. Performs perfectly the way it should. In fact, better than what it was originally with a 948cc motor in it. Anybody who's owned these knows that 948cc is just not the engine. The conversions to the 1275s are what people enjoy having. And believe me, this car can get out on the freeway and drive like a normal car, and you don't feel threatened by it that it's going to break or that engine's going to go down on you. But like I said, the most important thing is just everywhere you look on this, metal's in great shape, paint's beautiful, and the undercarriage is absolutely as beautiful as it can be as well, too. But and everything works on the car. Fuel, they added a fuel gauge in there so you know when your fuel's low. Add a lot of little niceties, especially when you see under the hood. You'll be able to see those in the pictures. I'm not going to lift it up because it takes two hands. With this thing, I'm not going to open it up, but you'll see those in the picture. It has a full convertible top with frame, side windows there as well, and side curtains they call them. And actually, when I got the car, the interior was new, but I didn't like it. So I actually had the seats pulled out, had all the foam redone, and then I had those seats done in leather. And that's kind of a cool little feature to this car, is that's real leather. You got the perforated leather in the center lines, so it's built like they would look originally, but it has the modifications with the vent holes there and stuff like that, which just really give it a nice modern touch. You know, a lot of your modern sports cars have that, but like I said, you look everywhere on this car. Just everywhere is nice. It's just a nice solid car. Roll bar in there and everything like that. And that seat foam is actually super comfortable because we had to use a special foam in there to give it a little more cush for your tush. And she's a lot of fun. So let's take this thing for a drive. I gotta, cram my gigantic body into this thing. So let's try that out. Let's crawl into this thing and let's go for a spin. This part about being 6 foot over 200 pounds is I actually still fit in here. I fit back when I was in high school. That's when I bought the car. Not this car, but my first car was my Bugeye Sprite. See if she'll start. She starts and runs. A little cold because it's quite cold out here. But when she's run, I turn on a fan. Down here we got an electric fan underneath the dash there, a little switch I turn on. All your blinkers and windshield wipers work and stuff like that on the car. Headlights work, of course, turn signals, everything like that, all work. So she's got a synchro first gear. Might as well put on my seatbelt since I got them. Those were installed in, I think, 2014, I think. Somebody finally said, okay, gotta have seatbelts in this thing. Okay. Yeah, how to put them on. I don't think I've ever put these on yet. Okay, good enough. Let's go for a spin. Where you're at, this thing will get just as many thumbs up as the biggest muscle car out there. So much fun to drive. With everything being restored on this car and rebuilt, she's really completely functional, which makes driving one of these a lot of fun. Steering is tight, suspension is brand new tight. Everything actually performs as it should on this car. You listen to that, it just has great sound too. Little windy noise, but on the straight run, she can get up and drive. And get up and go. She's got that. Red line this thing at about 6,000 RPM. Disc brake conversion, best thing ever. This thing actually feels like it'll stop when you want it to. Turn the blinkers on. And of course we'll turn on a dime. Love the way the dual line exhaust and the headers sound on this thing, they're awesome. driven and enjoyed, and a lot of money was spent in that area, this is what makes this car fantastic. The kind of car you want to get for your collection if you like to drive. I've always said on my eBay ads that please don't send me a text asking me what my bottom line is, what my price is. It's an auction. And as an auction, I try to keep that fair for all parties. And in an auction, the bidder is the one that makes the offer. So if you want to know what the deal you can make on this thing, call me. Like I've said, call me. We'll make a deal, but it's going to be your number. It's not my money in my pocket. It's your money in your pocket that you know what to spend. And everybody knows what a nice 1960 Bugeye Sprite's going to run. So make that offer. Hope you enjoyed that test drive and get a little feel for what I feel when I'm driving this thing. And main thing is to give me a holler if you want to make a deal on this thing. It's Doug Williams, Viva Las Vegas Autos, 702-353-7500.